And I will tell you, my brothers and my sisters, it is time that we realize that each of us make a choice to avoid Herod. Because we're moving into an era of time within these United States whereby Herod is on the loose. Give it just a few more days, and before you know it, there will be a Herod in the land. I'll tell you prophetically that we need to be careful and make certain that we're connected with God. Because like never before, my brothers and sisters, you are about to see a period of time where there will be some gnashing of teeth. You're getting ready to see a period of time where there's going to be some suffering. Maybe you don't believe it because you've never seen it, and we're so individualistic that we're only caring about ourselves. But I'm going to tell you that some of the things that we've enjoyed, we're getting ready to see people suffer. It's time that we might make some choices to travel, connect with God, truly worship God, because we need God.
Yes.
We need God like never before. And for those of us who have backslid, for those of us who've not really put our hearts in it, I'm going to tell you that we are going to be whipped until we decide to do what we're supposed to do, because Herod has come to destroy the very faith that we have. In about 20 more days, things are going to change in this country. Things are going to change, and I don't know how long I'm going to live to see it. As a matter of fact, Brother David, I'll be glad when the chariot comes, because I'm not trying to prolong anything. Whenever the Lord comes for me, I'll be happy. But until he comes, I can tell you that we are at a precipice. We are at a place where choices need to be made. We do not have time to be foolish. We do not have time to make dumb mistakes, because the fact is your very life and your livelihood depend on you being smarter and better at this time of life. You don't have time to make mistakes with your money. You don't have time to make mistakes with your health, because the day is coming when you will realize that what your pastor is telling you today is true. Our lives do not have to change. Our lives don't have to change as long as they used to sing in this church. I'm glad we sang some of those old songs tonight. I forgot who used to sing this song. I can kind of see them in my head. Who sang "I'm Standing in the Safety Zone"? Was that Sister Richardson? She sang that song. She used to sing the song, and it said, "I'm standing in the safety zone." All of the other stuff, was going on around in this song. She would talk about all of the sadness and the sickness and so on and so forth, but I'm standing in the safety zone. My brothers and sisters, it's time to make a choice. You need to travel, connect with God, worship God. Don't be distracted by the distractions. Don't let Herod capture your attention, because I tell you, some crazy stuff about to happen. And what we've got to do is we've got to stand strong. Just in about 2 seconds, let me just remind you of something. You want to know something weird? How does a person win an election with over 1 million votes and nobody's fighting about it? How do we live in a country that says that we got another country who are hacking our computers and nobody cares about it? How do you have a cabinet that has not 3 but 4 billionaires on it already? Do you realize, for those of you who've ever worked at one of those jobs at McDonald's or Subway and so on and so forth, that those are owned by billionaires? You ever notice that you didn't get a fixed schedule? You know why? Because the greedy man wouldn't give you one. Doesn't care about your life. You don't get benefits when you work at some of those jobs. You know why? Because they don't care. You know how you get $1 billion? You get $1 billion by being greedy. And so when you got greedy people who are going to run your country, what do you think is going to happen to us?
Yes.
And so if you're relying on man to deliver you, keep that dream alive. We can't be drunk through this season.
Right.
We need to be sober-minded through this season and connected with God, who gives us the wisdom and the signs to see where he's leading us. These men saw the stars, they saw the signs, they connected with God, decided to worship, weren't distracted, and didn't let Herod capture them. So my brothers and sisters, it's possible to get around all of this mess. But you've got to make a choice to be on God's side and to be on his side for real. Amen.